and welcome back to my Warframe adventure. In today's episode, we experience multiple lore bombs, such as learning of the Tenno's betrayal, the truth of our divine blood, and the nature of the Cephalon. We acquire our first Archwing, then proceed to give it a test flight, and I begin to theorize as to how the sentients came to be at war with the Orokin. Now, on with the show. Why hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and friends from beyond the binary, and welcome back to my Warframe adventure. It is lovely to see you all today. I hope you are doing well. Now, if I turn around, you'll see there is something currently being produced on the foundry table. Now, in order to tell you more about this, I'm going to pass on over to future Endy, who will give you a recap of events which have transpired between the recording of the last episode and this episode. Thank you, past Endy. As you can see, I have been fighting the Jackal numerous times, in fact, as you will see, trying to get all of the different blueprints to build the Rhino Warframe. It took a while, but eventually we got the final part, that being the systems blueprint, and I went straight back to the ship and we began to construct all of those, and that would take 12 hours for those to complete. In the meantime, I thought, well, we'll do some farming and, acquire some different materials and stuff that I would need. As you can see, I'm using my abilities. Hope you're proud of me. And yeah, 12 hours later, I was then able to begin construction on the Warframe itself, and not to spoil too much, you may or may not see me use Rhino later in this video. I then also constructed a brand new sword, the Heat Sword, as both the bow and the Orphos were at max rank, and I'm now using that as my melee weapon. And welcome back! So yeah, as you can see, I've farmed the Jackal quite a few times, among other bits and pieces here and there, and annoyingly, Rhino is an hour away from being done. I'd have loved to have recorded this episode with Rhino being the Warframe I am operating, but alas, it's not meant to be. So Monday's episode next week, we will hopefully get to dabble a little bit in Rhino. I do have some other things I need to do, so if we come over to the quest log, I've made some notes from the comments I've received on the past couple of episodes, and these two things here seem to me the most requested or commented things. So apparently, if I go back over to the codex and we take a look at some of our...
Your codex has been updated with a new quest.
Thank you, Lotus Reb Ford. Thank you. If we go over to Universe and then down to Fragments, in here, in the completed ones, I need to hunt for this static signal.
In the dying days of the Orokin, with forums and promenades still blood-wet from Tenno betrayal, a colossal sentient descended upon ancient Ur, falling from distant stars to deliver upon Orokin a terrible and final ruin. Tower upon tower fell to its weapons, but one withstood, the Tower of the Unum. The Tenno scattered, but one remained, Gara. She and the Unum, inseparable. The Unum, lodestone of our people, and subject of 100 stories herself.
Okay.
The sentient was a deformed creature, twisted and massive, sent from some dark fold of distant space. A warped thing wounded by daylight. By night it was a terror, felling tower after tower, citadel after citadel. But by day it hid, blinded and pained. It was during the day that Gara roamed, yearning to strike it from creation while it cowered, weakened and blind, to safeguard her beloved Unum. But never could Gara find it.
Whoa. Whoa! That is huge! What a lore bomb! So I took some screenshots so we could better look at it afterwards. In the dying days of the Orokin, let me just listen to how he pronounces. Can I listen to that again? Is that possible? Hold on. Do I have to click it again?
In the dying days of the Orokin,
Orokin.
Forums and promenades still
Orokin.
blood wet from Tenno betrayal.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. So, in the dying days of the Orokin, with forums and promenades still blood wet from Tenno betrayal. Okay. A colossal sentient descended upon ancient falling from distant stars to deliver upon Orokin a terrible and final ruin, sorry. And the Tower of the Unum. Okay. What? I was not expecting this level of sort of world building to be just hidden away in one of these fragment codex entries. We betrayed the Orokin. Why did we betray the Orokin? Oh my god, okay. Let's listen to the other ones before I dive too deep into theory crafting. Friendship. Up here somewhere?
By night, the sentient was abroad, its titanic mass casting a terrible shadow across the land, the mass of it railing against the walls of the tower, yet kept at bay by the exertion of the Unum's colossal will and the sacrifice of our faithful. But such exertions could not be maintained forever. Gara yearned to strike out, to lash and tear at the monstrosity that threatened her love, but the Unum forbade it. At night, the sentient was at the height of its power, and Gara's light would make her the most tempting of targets to a creature of such profound darkness. Gara's death would be certain. No, a different strategy was required.
I am so taken aback by this. Like, it's one thing to have the codex, but to then have an additional layer buried underneath that with voice-acted lines as well. That is incredible. Right, so my read on this is that the Unum, and I should probably address something I mentioned in the last episode. I believe it's brought up in conversation or during the cutscene that the tower nourishes the people of Cetus. And my read on that was it nourishes them in like a faith way, a religious way. They look to the tower and seeing it nourishes their soul. And it wasn't until I was, in the depths of editing that I thought, what if it's not the way I've interpreted that? And instead, as we saw when we landed upon Earth, they had carved a piece of the tower off, and I looked up at it, I think, and said, is there a war going on? There's explosions happening up the tower. My read is that they are setting detonation charges, blowing up chunks of the tower, and then prizing them open on the shore to then eat. Which makes me wonder, is the Unum... We know the tower, well, if we go back to the notes, I can use the actual description. It's known as the Tower of the Unum. But then the Unum, I'll make a note for the Unum, actually. Tower of the Unum. Said to nourish the Ostrons of Cetus. Are they feasting upon the flesh inside of the tower itself? The tower seems to be sentient in the sense that it was able to forge some sort of relationship with... I think I'm going to have to put them down as the Glass Warrior, but then if I do this, I can do Gara. There we go. Right, so then that will link over to the Glass Warrior, and we can learn more about Gara in there. Another thing that is interesting to hear is if we go back to my theory, or less theory and more connecting the dots, if we go down to the sentience, it is Teshin that mentions a great evil. Did I write it in here? We were led astray, we forgot the conclave, and when that new evil came, we were not prepared. Horrors from beyond the outer terminus are coming. It seems to me that the sentients are almost like the opposite of deep-sea creatures, where the deeper down into the ocean you go, you find life forms that are able to sustain themselves without sunlight. And these sentients seem to be some sort of race from beyond the reach of a star or a sun. Same thing, you know what I mean. And that's why Gara was able to then wield her light against them in such a manner. Tower of the Unum. God, I need to go back and get a picture of the inside of the tower. Right, anyway, let's keep reading through here. This is not how I thought the episode was going to begin. I thought we'd dive straight into some action-packed gameplay. But here we are. Okay, the Glass Warrior. Here we go. Here somewhere? I don't know if you can get away with doing this. I think you have to, like, slowly find it. Really feel like it's here. So it's not there, not here, not there.
The sentient
There we go.
prowled and pressed and failed, never risking too much. For the sentient could not reproduce.
Can't reproduce.
What it lost forever. It had killed many cities before, felled many towers, but this little one prevailed.
And it was a little one.
Why, it pondered in many voices, was that? The Unum knew she could not defend forever, nor could her faithful throw their bodies against the sentient in perpetuity. So she gave her followers some of her blood, her refined temple kuva, and they in turn gave it to the animals of the land. And the animals became an extension of her, and she became an extension of them. And the animals roamed and searched.
Okay.
And they found where the sentient chose to hide itself.
Okay, annoyingly, the Nightwave radio thing overwrote the subtitles, which threw me off because suddenly Nefanyo appeared. I thought, Nefanyo's involved? How is that possible? No, it was because he came on the radio. So, she gave her followers her blood, her refined temple kuva. I do not know what kuva means. I've no idea what that means. It's probably an actual real term, real word, but I do not know what kuva means in this instance. I guess I could Google kuva definition, just in case it is something. Kuva definition has several meanings. Finnish word for picture. Okay. Maybe we'll look into that another time. Her refined temple kuva, and they in turn gave it to the animals of the land. And the animals became an extension of her, and she became an extension of them. And this goes to show why, when we were back on the plains of Eidolon, when I attacked a creature. And then Master Tease and I was like, you piece of shit. What you've done is unforgivable. This would explain why, because we are effectively hurting Unum by killing the animals. It's a sacrilegious act to do so. Oh my god. Guys, thank you so much for telling me about this. I really wouldn't have discovered this organically for a long time. Like, I maybe would have accidentally hovered over the picture at the right angle at some point, but that would have been hours away. Night in Cetus. Down here somewhere? I can't find it. How small is the little notch that you gotta find? It's like right here! I'm so sorry, guys. Where is it? I'm losing my mind. I'm so sorry. Why can't I find it?
The sentient sensed this subterfuge, and capturing one of the Unum's animals opened it up for examination.
Oh.
And what little of the Unum that was present there lit the sentient's mind like the dark star from which it had fallen. The sentient, you see, could not procreate. But in the temple Kuva, it tasted healing, completeness, a future.
No.
It devoured each and every last Unum animal, but it was not enough. The sentient turned its hundreds of eyes toward the tower with new understanding. It would not destroy the tower. It would become the tower. It would kill the Unum, take her place, and one with that healing palace give birth to a race of itself. Gara and Unum knew where the sentient was. The sentient knew the tower was the future of its race. The sentient threw itself at the tower, no longer cautious, taking great losses and knowing the prize was worthy of it. Should it succeed, all losses would be replaced 1,000-fold. This is when, across the plains, the great pylons ignited for the first time. Sheets of energy sprung up between them, powered by the will of the Unum at their epicenter, trapping the monstrosity within. Loyal Gara, unwilling to heed inaction any longer, broke from the side of the Unum and flew out at night, her eyes on the sentient mind.
I absolutely love this. This is for me just absolute brilliance. I don't know. I would love for more games to have in-game codexes like this. I think a recent release which did a really good job at having something similar to what's happening here is the active time lore in Final Fantasy 16. I thought was really, really good. Where you were able to listen to in-universe reactions to certain events. You could read up on different corners of the world. I love being able to have that at your disposal. That way, if people just want the action, let them have the action. But if people want to dig deeper, the option to do that is there for the people who want it. I will transcribe all of this later. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes typing this out. But yeah, we'll get some notes in a bit. I will do one thing, though, before we do listen to the next one. For the Orokin, unable to spawn new progeny. That is without the assistance of Kuva, produced by the tower. I'm going to write it down as towers, because presumably all of them would be able to produce this Kuva. There we go. Okay, I'll listen to the next log when the radio isn't going. Okay, let's see if we can find it. It feels like it's over here somewhere.
10 hours later.
The sentient,
oh, there we go.
Between its most coveted prize and the mortal threat, broke from the tower and turned back on itself to defend itself from noble Gara.
Gara, come on.
But Gara's eyes were not for the sentient, but for the glittering man-sized device resting just beyond the gates. It had not been there before, but it was there now. It swatted Gara from the sky, drew it to herself, meaning to end her life there and then. The battle was terrible. Gara sustained injuries she would not survive. But in her final moments, brave Gara seized upon the device her beloved Unum had crafted, seized it to her breast, and allowed the sentient to draw her in one final time. Toward its body, toward its core, toward the seat of its intelligence. From within, the sentient unfurled myriad feelers, probes, tendrils, viciously toothed and made for killing. They swept toward Gara violently, and the glass warrior made no defense. Her defense was her final attack. The device detonated, and the Unum cried out as night lit as day. The battle, the terror, was ended. The tower wall shook, The sentient's body shuddered, racked by a cacophonous energy. Forests fell as piece after piece, giant body after giant body, crashed to the plains and marshes and flatlands. Animals fled in spreading waves from pounding sky-high walls of dust, angered and whipped to fury by the death of a god. The last of Gara's energy arced from body to body, machine to machine, piece to piece, a horizon-wide applause of light, beautiful and terrible. And then, silence. All was still. The Onum's adherents wandered through the haze, calling for one another, lost in a miasma. Husbands seizing onto wives, children onto parents. It was over. Gara was never seen again. The sentients then became as they are now, senseless, wandering, yearning for a unity they sense more than remember. And the Onum? The Onum survived, alone, for centuries.
Centuries.
Until today, when you stand here, reading this. This is Onko, Sita's archivist, with my translation of the Gara legend.
I've wondered about the timeline of the game, like how many years it has been between certain events. So here it's centuries and not millennia. I mean, I don't know what year we're in still, but we've got some idea now then that it's probably within 1,000 years. You know, in the opening cutscene where those three Warframe, those three Tenno go offline. It's been about, well, within 1,000 years since then, presumably going from this. Right. I will have to make more notes later and properly transcribe all of this, but this has done so much for me, not only in terms of the lore, of course, but in gaining a deeper appreciation for Gara. I really want to unlock Gara as a Warframe now and play as her, considering we now know of her legend. I wonder if all the other Warframes will have a similar story to them, and if so, sign me up. I am so in for that. And if other planets and other notes have similar level of world building to them, God, I'm excited. I really am. The biggest revelation from all of this, and at the minute all of these notes are rather all over the place, is the opening line. In the dying days of the Orokin, with forums and promenades still blood wet from Tenno betrayal. Tenno betrayal. Why did we betray them? Why did we betray them? That is very interesting. The Tenno possess divine blood, they've slept for generations in some sort of stasis. We did something to the Orokin, presumably during the Old War. Why is it that the Lotus doesn't want us to know the truth? And then I'll do an addendum with since discovered via the, which was the actual codex entry, childhood games. Discovered via the childhood games codex entry that the Tenno actually betrayed the Orokin. Why? Okay, well, that was incredibly fun. I really, really enjoyed that. Do we have one over here as well? We have another codex entry. Feels like it's here?
Used to be every time an old love ended and a new one began, friends would say, "You seem so much happier now." And I'd smile and I'd agree, and then I'd go back to my hub and say your name, just to feel it on my lips again. Like summoning a ghost.
Interesting. Okay, so it's not always going to be like an additional lore bomb. Sometimes it'll just be the character reciting the note, which I do still quite like, because to be able to hear it voice acted and said by the character has way more meaning. than, you know, us reading it in our heads, right? Wow, again, thoroughly enjoyed that. Guys, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention, because again, I would not have discovered that for quite some time. If we go back down to the quest log, there was one other thing I needed to do, and that is go and buy some scanners from Samaris, and then we will begin our adventure for today. This shouldn't take me too long. So if we go over to Strata Relay, we'll go to Strata 69, and then I can use the, you know when you hold down Q and you get the wheel? I can use that, I believe, to immediately make my way on over to Samaris. Ergo, Syndicates, Darvo, Deal, Cephalon, Samaris. There we go.
I can see
Instant
you are
loading.
hungry for the knowledge of the sanctuary.
I am ravenous, Samaris. Absolutely ravenous. I've come to buy... Wait, where's the talk thing? There it is.
I can see you are hungry for the knowledge of the sanctuary.
How do I buy the things again? I've slightly forgot. Trade medallions for Sanctum Standing? Universal... Oh, I think I got this the other day when I logged in. Did I? I don't remember where I got this from. Universal Medallion. Oh, maybe from Nightwave? I don't know. Universal Medallion. A medallion prized by all syndicates can be traded in on Relay Syndicate hubs for additional standing. You know what? You can have mine. Redeem. There you go. Woo! Nice. Now, where the hell do I buy them? Is it from this person over here? I think it's from here, if I remember correctly.
This
yes.
is how I can help you. Help the sanctuary.
Okay, there's a couple things people brought up to me. First of all, I need to buy some synthesis scanners, so I will buy... Let's go for 10. Let's go for 10.
May
And then
this
that...
aid you in the synthesis of many creatures.
Thank you. I've also been told that I
Knowledge
will
must be earned,
probably want to buy the Soul Battery widget. Recharges synthesis scanner charges. Yes, please. But I'm going to need 50,000 standing to make that happen, which at the moment, I don't have anywhere close to that. We're 49,000 away. So now that we've brought those, let us leave the Strata Relay. Now, here's my conundrum. What do I do with all of my old scanners? Do I just unequip them, and then that will prevent my companion from using them? So if I go to the gear wheel, I go into gear, and then we'll remove this codex scanner and instead replace it with a synthesis scanner. I'm wondering if that will now only use the synthesis scanner. Or if I need to store my old scanners somewhere. I don't know. We'll discover that, hopefully, organically in just a moment. So, anything else I want to do before we head out? I don't think so. I think I'm happy now to leave. I'll be honest, I'm still reeling from all of that story that we were just privy to. Rhino is still, of course, being produced there. We'll see him on Monday. Right. I don't know if I would have mentioned it in the recap, but when I was doing some stuff on, I think over on Earth, yeah, I've got Mobile Defense Archwing, and I thought, oh, I know a few people in the comments have suggested I do the Archwing quest. So when I saw that this had in parentheses Archwing, I thought, well, that's a great opportunity then. So if we go back over to our codex, we'll go over to, I believe it's a side quest. Maybe not. Is it under Warframe? The Wave Rider? Is it under, wait, is it under main quests? It's a main quest. I did not realize it's a main quest. The Archwing. What is this? The Baylor Fomorians.
The system needs you. Will you begin another mission?
Ordis, I'm in the process of doing so. The Baylor Fomorians are coming, but we are ready. Through your efforts, we finally have a working Archwing prototype, and I'm sending you the blueprint. However, your task is not yet complete. You still must discover the component parts. I'm guessing the Archwing is this wonderful thing on my back. Okay, begin. You've one unread mail.
This is the master blueprint for the Odonata Archwing.
Okay.
The first of many Archwings. To complete it, you must find its component parts.
Sure.
Unfortunately, An ancient Orokin archive detailing the locations of the parts was recently stolen by the Corpus.
Oh, we can't
Your
have that.
first job is to recover this archive. Hurry. The Archwing needs to be ready before the Baylor Fomorians launch their first attack.
And it's Archwing. I'm calling it Archwing. Archwing. Understood. Odonata Blueprint. The systems built into this Archwing balance offensive capabilities with defensive countermeasures. So we're going to need the Odonata harness, systems, and wings. Right. What is this then? Energy shell. Forms a protective energy shell around the Warframe. This array drops flare beacons confusing incoming guided missiles. Fires a large volley of homing missiles. And repel the Warframe emits a massive pulse of energy. Is this going to allow me to fly? That's my read. I kind of sound like I'm some sort of AC-130, dropping bombs on people. Okay, well, thank you for the blueprint. I'm guessing you want me to go and recover the Orokin archive. Well, first of all, let's just go and have a look at it over here. Odonata, there it is. It will take 1 minute to build once we have all of the components. Okay. Right, in that case, let's go over to navigation. Now, where am I going to recover these bits and pieces? There we go. Recover the Orokin archive for the Archwing. And we're fighting Orokin. This is Orokin 10 to 12. Okay. Sure. Let me double check and make sure I've got the right gear equipped. I want to make sure I'm constantly leveling up new weapons and stuff. The Boltor's fine. Furious is fine. The Heat Sword is fine. We do, of course, now have additional weapons. So under here, we've got the Fragor, which we got from the relay by Fortuna, if memory serves. And of course, we've got a couple other bits and pieces in here. But yeah, we're good now on the weapon front. I should never run into a situation where I don't have a weapon I can swap to begin earning more experience. Right. Let's make our way on down and recover the Orokin archive. I wonder if this will also bring about more lore and story. Like if there's other knowledge tucked away inside of this. Wow. What a beautiful skybox or space box, I suppose.
The Corpus have snuck into the void and secured crucial Orokin archives detailing the hidden locations of much-needed Archwing parts.
Okay.
Your mission is twofold. Cut off their access to the void and recover the data. Get to the portal. We need to shut the Corpus out of the void before we search for the Orokin archive.
Right, okay. Sorry, I need to pause really quickly. I've just had a bit of a theory, and I don't know where to put it. Orokin. It's to do with the sentience. So, hold on. The sentience waged war upon the Orokin in a bygone era. We know, or we're guessing, that the sentients are the same evil which came from beyond the outer terminus, according to Teshin. At the beginning of the Archwing quest, the Lotus seems to imply the Orokin have a connection to the Void? I don't have a Void one yet. To the Void. I wonder, and I'll verbalize it with you before I type it. What if this is kind of like the dwarves from Lord of the Rings who dug too deep and too greedily and then discovered, well, I'm not going to spoil Lord of the Rings, but you know what I'm saying. What if the Orokin did something similar? We know that they are responsible for the solar rails. If I go to, where is solar rail? The sacred rail. Only the sacred may pass, the heathen shall perish. We know that they developed a way to travel around using these solar rails, right? What if they were the first race of our system to go beyond our nearby space and they alerted the sentients to their whereabouts. And the reason the void is related to them is maybe that is the farthest bastion they had from our solar system, and maybe it was there that the sentients met them. I don't know, I know you guys enjoy the theories, so that's where I'm at the minute. I wonder if that served as ground zero for the war, which would then engulf the both of them. I still don't understand why we would have betrayed them, as there's a lot of missing parts and information there for me to figure out what exactly happened. But they were our masters. So...
The enemy are using a void key and a portable torsion beam device to force open the portal, destroy the key and the device.
My companion killed them before I had an... Guys, I hate to say it. I think you're screwed. I think you're screwed. I can't even attack you in time. Hey, quick return. -1 bounce for thrown melee. Now, I don't know how they're being scanned. It doesn't seem to be using the synthesis scanner. No, it is, because the synthesis scanner has lost some uses. So it is definitely using the synthesis scanner. I wonder if that's something I only want to equip when I know I'm entering a mission where there will be creatures who I need to scan with it to appease Samaris. What is this? Oh, hello. I don't know what you're doing. Very cool. Right, let's go. Oh, this is beautiful. I feel like I need to take a moment to sort of soak it all in. Oops. Oh, and again, I've done it again. So look at all of these glyphs on the wall. Wow. Very, very excited to learn more about the Orokin, and, you know, now more than ever, more about our relation with them. For them to have been our masters, but for then to run into a situation where we betrayed them. What would have caused us to do that? I'd begun to wonder if we were created as a way to deal with the sentience. And a reason I even read it said volatile. The reason I wondered that is when I was fighting the Jackal, the Lotus keeps bringing up the Parazon. It's like you're fitted with a Parazon, which can deal extraordinary technological damage. And considering we're in a system of primarily biological creatures, right? The Grineer, the Corpus, etc. Why would we have need of something like that? Hold on. The minimap shows there's a room that way. Is there something that I can do to squeeze in there? I don't think so. Oh. Okay. Okay, very nice. I'm not even going towards the quest objective at the minute. I'm just enjoying Orokin Sentry. We've got these guys shooting their lasers. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Lovely architecture. Right, let's actually go back to progressing the story, shall we? Thank you, thank you. Heat sword rank up, very nice. Okay, let's get inside the elevator. Woo! Oh, I think there's people waiting for me up here, according to the minimap. Hello, gentlemen. Don't mind me. Oh, and again. Okay, feel free to count how many times I melee an exploding barrel. It's happening far too much. Oh, God. So bad. Okay, and for those of you who are screaming, use abilities! Here you go, this is for you. Ready? You happy? I'm at a point where, obviously, I get why you guys are recommending I should use the abilities more, but when things die this quickly... Okay, now my companion's just showing me up. There we go. Of course it wouldn't kill it instantly the moment I try and make a point. Things die so quickly that I don't really feel the need to use the abilities. But I get, you know, getting good habits, getting into the habit of using it more often. Yeah, I get that. I don't want people to think I'm taking the piss. I'm not, I promise you. Because you are right, I need to... Oh, hello. Pick up Ion Cyan Star. Lovely. Oh. And another one. Lovely, thank you very much. Right, let's go upstairs. Let's see if we can go and find one of these caches. Woo! God almighty.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
A heavy unit approaching? Let them come. Let them come. I just want to literally just rub my face along all of these walls and soak it all. Oh, wait, hello. Infested? What are you doing here? There are infested aboard this Orokin ship. Okay, I think I do want to go in there. But before I go in, is there anything else around here? And there's a whole lot I can look at and soak in. Right, let's go inside. I've called the elevator. And then we want to go over here. Perfect. Wow, wow, wow. I wonder if the white trees have any significance. Whatever these are. I'm going to try and get a picture of that in a sec. Hold on. Kill this guy. Guys, can you stop attacking me for like half a second? So I can get a picture? Thank you. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Okay. Snipping tool. New picture. Yeah, I've got the picture. Let me kill this guy. And then we'll pause, go into the notes just for one quick second. I don't even know where to put this. I'm going to chuck it all under the Orokin tab for the time being. I saw several of these white trees aboard an Orokin vessel. Any significance? Or do they just love interior design? Probably the latter. Probably the latter. I know some people have been like, why does he take notes of everything? You never know when something's going to be important. And I will say, because some people have gone, oh, I didn't really enjoy when you were wandering around the relay for a whole episode. I urge you to use the timestamps. If you're ever at a part in the video and you think, God, I'd rather go watch paint dry, I implore you, take a look at the timestamps and see if there's anything coming up that might interest you. And if there isn't, hey, that's absolutely fine. There's probably going to be some episodes where they are a bit more lore-heavy, and that's just unavoidable in a game of this size and scale.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Let them come. I feel like I've said that 20 times this episode. I need to stop.
The portal only allows travel in one direction. Start up the portal generators to reverse the polarity.
What? Is that the void? Hold on. Whoa. Can I go in? I kind of want to go in. Let's see if the game will let me go inside. No. I'm trying so hard. No, I can't go in. Can I do this? Hold on, I'm trying to... Ah, I thought maybe I could, like, blast my way through with a, Nearly! All right, one last go. Yeah, I can't get through. I had to try. Okay, let me deal with these guys using a more proper weapon. Disable security. Oh, that went all shades of wrong. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Oh, I'm out of ammo. That's fun. I can just see like a pixel of his head. There we go. Okay. Good job. Good job, companion. Okay, are they only coming out of there? Because if so, that's a lot easier than having to worry about what's behind me. Yeah, it is. It's slowly doing its thing. I'm guessing these Orokin caches, which are mentioned in the left-hand side of the screen, are optional. Like, yeah, I can find them if I'd like to. And I would like to. Okay. Yeah, I need to get much closer. There we go. That's better. Very nice. Awesome. Okay. We will now patiently wait. Okay. I'm realizing now that they're all corrupted. All of these individuals on here are corrupted. Which I don't think corrupted means... Obviously, I don't think it means infested. I'm guessing that's some sort of void corruption? Okay, let's continue on in this direction. Now we can access this portal.
There's the torsion beam device, but they've taken the void key. Find it.
Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. That was awesome. Going through the portal was sick. Right, let's keep going. Let's see if we can find this void key. Ah, the atmosphere alone is incredible. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to go down, please. Thank you. Thank you, Tenno. Okay, start elevator. I love how it's broken. Oh, no. Am I going to have to finish this on... Oh, no. We're here. I thought we had to go higher. Never mind. Okay. Where are they? Oh. They're down there. Okay. Let's be slow and methodical. Let's see if maybe we can be stealthy with this. Oh. Shh. You didn't see anything.
There is the assassination target. You know what to do.
I can't squeeze out. Analyzing threat tactics. They know I'm here. Like him. There he is. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Pew, pew, pew. We got a link sigil. Nice.
You got the key.
Okay, void
Now
key
get back to
acquired.
the portal.
Don't know if I should be destroying this. So is this... Hold on. I don't want to go back to the portal quite yet. I want to have a look around. What are we looking at here? Like, where are we? What is that over there? Hold on. I'm being harassed by these corrupted individuals. There we go. There we go. Like, what is that over there? That ship? We've got Jupiter flanking us over here. Ah, no, I can't go further. I think I can go underground and then I go along. Maybe that will bring me out further in this direction. You're kidding me. No, it's blocked. And my heat sword does nothing. Damn. Sure, whatever. I'll let you off. Right, let's climb back up then. Let's climb back up. Very cool, though. I like taking the portal to a different location. That was fun. Now, I found none of these Orokin caches. I don't know if there'll be one over here. Or if they'll all be back on the ship itself. I'll do one last little rummage. That was really bad platforming by me. There we go. One last little rummage over here, because there seems to be another tunnel. And if I were going to hide an Orokin cache... Never mind. Ice. My new best friend. Right, let's go back to the ship then. I will not turn up the opportunity to kill a few more of these corrupted along the way. I'd love, after I'm done on this mission, to take a closer look at these guys in the codex scanner to figure out what corrupted means. My only guess is it's something to do with the void, considering the void gate and the void key. Okay. Deal with the Eximus. We've got another scan. Really nice. Did I drop something? Did I drop the thing? The void key. Yes, I did. There we go. Let's pack that back up. Right. Let's go down here again. And let's put this in. Which should just be over here. Yeah. That does look cool, doesn't it? Okay. Sabotage torsion beam. Escape through the portal? You don't have to tell me twice.
Go through the portal now. It's about to collapse.
Okay. Just gonna make a quick note to myself to look at the codex after this. Bought the scanners. Instead, look at the codex entries for the corrupted enemies. Right. And there you go, the portal is now offline.
Complete. The void key and torsion beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon.
Brilliant.
That's
Okay.
it. The portal has collapsed.
Woo!
I've located the cache containing the Orokin archive. Get there now.
I'd love if you could flag for me the other caches, please, Lotus. I don't know if that's an option. It may be later she'll be able to go, now that you've gotten the blueprint, allow me to lead you towards the other caches where there'll be other goodies. Because I'd love to get some more, if possible. Why am I such a filthy melee enjoyer? I love it. I really love it. I'm going to try and shake up my playstyle when I get a new frame, though. And I know I'm not necessarily utilizing all of Volt's abilities. I will say, when I was doing the defense missions, I really began to understand the power of this ability. It's just incredible. Like, the rate at which you attack when you're using this is just mad. But no, when I unlock Rhino, and by unlock, I mean when I've made him, I'd love to try and play the game in a different way. I will say now, I fully expect there to be some sort of Curb Your Enthusiasm music playing over this, as I no doubt go back to using melee almost immediately. But still, I will try my best to change up my playstyle. Just so I can try some other things out, right? Though that being said, I do think a massive hammer would suit Rhino. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's open all these. Affinity, credits, lovely. Right, let's open these. And then let's climb. What have we got here? Open cache. Unidentified item.
You are one step closer to unleashing the Archwing.
Woo! Well, I'd like to get the other archives, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I can look at a large map and figure out where they might be, but I'd certainly like to try. Look how big the map is. So I'm guessing we're looking for similar locations to the one we're at now. And I can see one on the mini-map. Is it possible to place markers on the map? That'd be really handy for me. Challenges... No. There's an area I'd like to go to, but I'm just... It's like getting there from memory is going to be a bit of a ball ache. I don't know if it's, like, optimal for me to try and do this, but I would like to get these other Way! Hello, lasers. Bloody hell. They're all here. Hey, guys. It's a party. My God. Pew, pew, pew. God, that will never not be fun. Right, I do not want to extract. Not yet, anyway. Oh. Ignore that. There we go. Right, so before we extract, I do want to try and find at least one more of these caches, because I'm gonna guess they contain some fun blueprints and stuff. We'll have a chance to drop some fun blueprints or whatever. So, where am I here? This is not where I want to be. Let me open up the map again. So we're extracting back there. I think I know how to get to where I'm wanting to go. Let's see if my read of the map is correct. So I want to go this way. I'm sorry, I'm just going to be spinning through this right now. I just want to check beforehand. I think it's in here to the right. This looks like a similar room. Maybe? Doesn't seem to be. I'll take a look around, just in case there is a cache here. But this looks very similar to the room we were in when we opened the cache a moment ago. Which made me think maybe it's over here, but I'm not seeing a cache. Okay, deal with you. We do have loads of these, which is always nice. I'll happily take them. More of these is always going to be good. But no, not what I'm looking for. I'll have one last look then before we wrap up and leave the mission. Because I'm going to guess they're quite separate from each other. I don't think they'd bundle them all together because then there's no real sense of exploration. So that's the portal over there. Okay, I've got one other place I'd like to check. I'll leave the map up for a second while I make my way over there. I will say this is nice, and this reminds me of playing an ARPG like a Diablo or Path of Exile, which I do quite like. I think this is a nice middle ground between being able to actually place markers and being able to just, you know, actively play the game, you know, and just have the map overlaid over the top, which I do quite like. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look over here. This looks to be like a separate room. I think I came in here earlier. Yeah, nothing. Nothing in there either. Okay, I will leave that be for now then. Maybe there's a better way to discover the caches. Like maybe there's an add-on you can get for your companion, which allows it to scan for those sorts of objects. Or, as I think will probably be the case, I just need to get good and learn the tile set. And then from there, maybe I can figure out where to find these goodies next time. I've got one last place I'm going to look, and it's down here, because I never came down this path before. But there's a lot of the map that we didn't get to. I love how... Don't take this out of context. I love how big it is. It's huge. Yeah, nothing here either. Alright, we'll extract. Never mind. Never mind. There's always next time. Dispatch overdrive on heavy attack hit. 10% movements. Ooh, that sounds nice. In a game which prioritizes being able to move with such acrobatic aplomb, I think any additional movement speed is always going to be very much welcomed. Okay, so up here. Before I go in there, look how the roots of that tree connect to the pods, almost like umbilical cords. It's an interesting detail, isn't it? I'm gonna get a picture of that. Okay, let's go in.
Another job well executed.
I might put this one under Warframe. White umbilical cords. The white tree roots connecting to the pods. Okay, what did we get then on our mission?
Possible coordinates for you to search for the remaining Archwing parts.
Okay.
Check your navigation console for more information.
Certainly shall. We got some Endo, an Iaton, Cyan, Star, Dispatch Overdrive, Nav Coordinate, Fast Hands, Guardian, Quick Return, whole bunch of stuff. And the Link Sigil. Happily take that. Identified Orokin Archive. Archive detailing the locations of hidden Archwing technology. Right, I wanted to come over here first and see if we can learn anything about these corrupted. So if I search corrupted, we did get one. Regions, Void and Lure. Faction, the Orokin. Okay. Okay. That makes me wonder then if the Orokin got corrupted by something in the Void. Because if they are corrupted and they are Orokin and they're found in the Void, that feels like a connection. Does it say anything else here? Void, lure. Void, lure. Blade attacks cause critical damage. Look at the mask as well. They've all got that sort of semicircle rising sun mask. Do the mowers have it as well somewhere? Not that I can see. Maybe it's on the front of their head here. Oh, I think it's on the edge. This portion here forms that sort of semicircle. Corrupted crewman Eximus. I like how it's got the other ones in the background. That's fun. Corrupted Lancer Eximus. Okay, well, little theory time again. Orokin. The corrupted enemies we encounter are technically of the Orokin faction, seemingly twisted by the Void? Question mark? Their appearance is also altered to be to be outfitted in armor of white and gold, or black and blue, depending on the lighting. In white, that's a reference to something. My attempt at a joke. In armor of white and gold, which are synonymous with the Orokin themselves. We're piecing things together. Slowly but surely. Right, let's go and find the location of these other Archwing parts. I promise it won't take me so long next time. Extract Wings Blueprint. Let's go. Let us go. Honestly, we might be in a position to actually unlock and use Rhino before the end of this recording, which would be incredible. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Heat generator.
The Orokin archive has led us to this location. Defend the extractors until you find an Archwing part blueprint.
Sure, yep, I'm on it. Okay, we're not dealing with corrupted enemies anymore. We are not dealing with corrupted enemies anymore. We're just dealing with bog standard, run-of-the-mill crewmen, which, that's more my style. More my style. Okay, the extractor's here. We're gonna need to power that up with some batteries.
Use fuel cells to keep it powered while protecting it from enemy fire.
Well, I'm hoping I can find someone with a fuel cell. At the minute, I don't know where they are. Oh, there they are. Yeah, that was an awful jump by me. Let's try that again.
Look for power
there we go.
Foes.
Yes, I've got one.
Strike them down and bring their cells back to the excavators.
I've struck them down. Okay, grab this. Slide back here. Yeah, the heat sword, I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. I thought I'd really miss the sort of range that the bow staff offered me. And my polearm, of course. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying the more visceral sword play, to be honest with you. I would still love to get my hands on that really nice two-handed sword that I looked at, I think, in episode 1.
Go to the dig site.
We need one more battery for this, and then I think we're okay to move on. He was doing the limbo. Did you see that? That was so funny. Okay, down we go.
This excavator
Nice.
is fully powered. Additional fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
Okay, well, I may as well stick around, right? Because if I don't stick around, they might be able to destroy it in the interim period. So I'll stick around for a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll grab one of these, ready for the next excavator.
That's it. You found an Archwing part blueprint.
Oh.
Head to extraction when you are ready.
I'll do another one. Just for the fun of it. Why not?
Keep it powered and protected from enemy
Why
fire.
not? I can talk more about the tile set we're currently playing in.
Proceed to the dig site.
I really love the diversity in levels. And I think this is probably one of my favorites. I really enjoy the skybox with like the Aurora Borealis above us. That is very nice. There we go. Okay, we're gonna need a couple more batteries. Oh wait, another one is deployed? Okay, I'm gonna go back to my gun so I can hopefully deal with them a bit faster. Okay, grab this. Pop you in here. I'm not gonna do another excavator. I'm only gonna do this one.
Find another fuel cell and take it to the excavator.
Listen, Lotus, I love you.
Excavator destroyed.
You are our space mum.
That artifact is now lost.
I'm not gonna get another excavator. I really want to unlock my Archwing. And that means extracting pretty quickly. There we go. And now all I need to do is defend this, and then we're good.
Fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
Okay. Fortunately, it's not sustained much damage, so I don't have to worry too much about the shields. What is this? Okay. 10 seconds remain, and then we can get out of here. Just trying to loot as much as I can before we leave. Wow, the range on that was way bigger than I expected. Way bigger. Nice. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. And as we leave, of course, I don't mind killing anything that crosses my path. If I go the right way, that is. Whoops. That's what I get for not paying attention to the minimap for a second. Okay, let me quickly get these as well. You'll never know when you need more credits or other bits and pieces. Okay. Here we go. Fortunately, these caverns aren't blocked off by icy landslides like the previous level. I think what I'll do before the end of this episode is probably have a little debrief on my notes. I know a few of you did ask that maybe once a week I can go over my notes and talk theories and stuff. I think that would be a fun thing to do, again, before I wrap this up. Odinata Wings Blueprint. Awesome. Pew! Nice. Oh, something else I need to bring up, having just seen my standings.
Oh my. The operator has returned with an Archwing part blueprint. You must forge it immediately. It won't be long now until you're flying through the skies like a winged death machine.
Rhino's ready. Okay, let me make the Odinata wings. And then let's claim Rhino. This is totally unexpected. Did not think I'd get to play with Rhino today. Right, let's go over here. One moment. We can swap our frame. Oh, where is he? Rhino. I was looking everywhere but up here. Rhino packs a punch. Okay. So I am going to probably be in melee. Packs a punch. He boasts high survivability and crowd control. The wise would do well to stand clear when he charges. Okay, well, let me have a look at his abilities. So, Rhino Charge. Rhino charges toward a target, clobbering any in his path and goring his victim. Rhino hardens his skin, insulating himself from all damage and gaining overguard. That's very nice. Roar grants all nearby Warframes increased damage for a short duration. And Rhino Stomp stomps with force sufficient to disrupt time, tumbling enemies around him in stasis. And the passive, emit a shockwave dealing 100 damage after landing from a great height. And we've got tips. Rhino is immune to damage during Rhino... Oh, wow, okay. How long does that last, then? It's a 6-meter charge, okay. I wasn't sure if it would just be like indefinite until you hit a wall or something. Cast Rhino Charge on enemies that have been stunned by Stomp for more damage. So the combo is 4-1, 4-1. Okay. Cast Iron Skin before Rhino Charge to increase the blast damage dealt to enemies. Okay. I wonder if that also affects the jump blast damage. Cast Rhino Charge in quick succession to reduce its energy cost and double its damage and range. So you can just keep mashing it. Okay. Iron Skin prevents status effects such as slash and knockdowns. It scales off both ability, strength, and armor mods, and the damage absorbed when cast determined its overguard. Right, so I want to, well, I can, if I want to, stack armor. Cast Iron Skin when taking heavy damage to convert more damage into its total overguard. Iron Skin's remaining overguard total is displayed next to Rhino's health bar. Watch for when it gets low to recast when it runs out. Cast Roar when allies are within the ability radius to ensure they do not miss out on its damage increasing benefits. And finally, keep enemies affected by Stomp suspended in the air longer with ability duration mods. We do have some of those. Cool. Lovely. Right, before we begin then, let's upgrade. For the time being, because I'm so early on, I will auto-install. So I've got the Dreamer's Bond, Steel Fiber, Redirection, Deflect. Most of this is what I was going to put in anyway, to be honest with you. Oh, we've unlocked Rush. That can be fun. I probably do want to upgrade Dreamer's Bond to gain a little bit of additional capacity. We've got the Endo. We've got the credits. Let's do it. I think that's a worthwhile fusion. Annoyingly, it's not going to mean I can equip necessarily anything new right now. I was hoping I could fit in Rush. But that's not going to happen. I could put Flow in. There you go. I now have more energy. Cool. Right, let's go to Appearance. Rhino Helmet. Oh my god, look at that. I'm like a beetle. Okay. I'm not going to be able to unlock that. Right. Default colors. I want to... Okay. Let's make him look a little bit different to Volt, shall we? A little bit different. I do still think we have red in there somewhere. Let's go for like a darker... Maybe we don't go for red. Maybe we go for something like a green. Like the green Power Ranger or something. Let's have a look. Infested. Maybe there's a good green in here. Yeah, I like that dark green. That's a nice tone. Secondary color. I think that makes sense to be like a dark gray. And then we can mess with the emissive energy stuff to then be that red of the ship still. Potentially. So if we go into the other emissive and we make that one red as well. Accents, which I'm guessing... Oh, wait, we don't... Do we not have any accents on this frame? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, tertiary colors, which are currently this yellow. What do we want to make that? Maybe like a slightly different shade of green. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We've got the Rhino Noble animation set. We could make it this Harrow one, which I love that. I love the hands behind the back. I think I might stick with that. What else can we quickly do? Syandana, we do have a few of these now that I'm not really using because they're quite bulky. Maybe there's something in here we can use. We'll leave that off. We'll leave that off. I don't think we need a Syandana at the minute. Attachments. Ephemera. Maybe there's something in here which would be appropriate. We've got this one. Like these little green wisps and snakes which come out of the ground underneath me, which kind of matches up with the green armor that I've got going on. Maybe that'll be it. Maybe that's fine. Or we can go for the Sprodling Ephemera. So we've got little Sprodlings that follow us. I think I'm going to keep it vanilla for now. I think we'll keep it as vanilla as possible. Yeah. I don't feel the need to change this. He's my big, bulky green boy, and I wouldn't have him any other way. We'll make his energy also a nice, vivid red color. Perfect. And then maybe, to match his aesthetic, we will swap out the Heat Sword in favor of Fragor, the two-handed hammer. And then if I quickly apply auto mods to that, we can then run into combat with a delicious new hammer at our disposal. And then if we copy Warframe colors, there we go. That horrible green. It's so vivid. Cool. Apparently we've got a skin for it. Diode hammer. Oh god. No, I don't like that. I prefer the original. Yeah, I prefer that. It looks just kind of gross, which I quite like. Okay, right. So, look at me with the hammer on my back. Let's go and find the next Archwing blueprint. So, harness blueprint is over here. It will involve us defeating some Grineer. With pleasure. With pleasure. Okay. God, it just every time it just seeing us fly the ship. Oh, so good. Okay, let's see. How does the hammer feel in the hand?
The Orokin archive has led us to this location.
Oh,
Defend
she's
the
hefty.
extractors until you find an Archwing part blueprint.
She is hefty. Melee combos. No stance. Oh, no stance mod. Oh, well, I don't have a mod for the hammer. Do I have a sliding attack? Yes. Okay, let's see how we get on. So Rhino charges on 1. Okay, it's a shorter charge than I was expecting. Okay, try it again here. I'm out of energy. Okay. I will replenish my energy before I try again. I whiffed every single charge just then. That was mighty embarrassing. It's not like anyone's watching these videos to see me make mistakes, right? Surely not. Okay. We've regained some energy, but not enough to use anything yet. We'll just play for a bit, and then when I've accumulated some, I'll try and use it. Okay. Does anyone have a power cell, please?
Use fuel cells to keep it
So
powered.
let me try my passive ability, where if I fall, I deal damage upon impact. There it is! And it matches the emissive energy color. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Oh, sorry, yes, I meant to be getting the, I know, sorry, I meant to be getting the things, aren't I? Sorry, Lotus, sorry. I'm enjoying just jumping around like a madman at the minute, I'll be honest with you. Okay, guys, where are my energy cells? There they are. Thank you very much. Jump up and land. Okay. We are beginning to accumulate some energy again, so I'll try some of my new abilities out. Let's go with the the thing is, I think my companion's just too good. Oh, I think I phased through them. Whoa! We sent them flying. I was not expecting that level of ragdoll physics. Oh, they died too quickly again. I'm noticing a pattern. Maybe I need to unequip my my companion for a little bit, just so I can actually enjoy my frame.
Excavator stalled. Find another fuel cell and take it to the excavator.
Yeah, sorry. I'll go find one. I'm not seeing. Oh, here we go. No, you don't have one either. Guys, where are your energy cells? Oh, there's one here. I'm being oblivious. There we go. Okay. I wasn't sure what the range was going to be. Pew! Okay. We need one more cell. Here it is. Thought I saw the green beam.
The excavator has lost power.
I'm on it. Don't worry.
Cell and bring it to the unpowered excavator.
I'm good.
The excavator is fully powered.
And if we do get the
to restore its shields.
if we get the blueprint from this, we'll just extract immediately. I'm not going to worry about waiting around. Oh, sorry. I thought I'd killed you, sir.
You found an Archwing part blueprint.
Brilliant.
Head to extraction when you are ready.
I will head to extraction now. I know I normally like to stick around, but I think in this instance, I'd rather just get the Archwing built than wait around. We can always do this again later, can't we? If there are additional rewards to be had. Oh, that was cool, having the explosion come out like that. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a thresh cone. Okay, I'll take it. I love the weight of the hammer. It does feel like it's proper meaty. Okay, up here. And then it should just be down here. There we go. And then can we... Yes! That is my favorite way to leave a mission. Going for the big dive at the end. Woohoo! And Rhino is now rank 2. I love that even when I was in the pod just then, like in the little cutout, I was holding the hammer. I will never let go.
See the Archwing soon.
Okay, well, I'm going to go make the next part of it. Hold on. So there is the harness. That's one we just got. We can claim the wings, but I'll leave them in there for another minute. Let's go and get the final part, which we're going to get from here, which will see us fighting Corpus. But the picture shows a corrupted infested. Curious. Very curious indeed. Wow, look at that. It's got flashbang. Thank you very much. Okay. Here we go.
The Orokin archive has led us to this location. Defend the extractors until you find an Archwing part blueprint.
Okay. I shall. I understand the pattern of things now, Lotus. Right, let's go. Hello. Okay, so we are dealing with some infested. Are they corrupted infested? No, I think they're just you know, run of the mill, bog standard infested. Free range. Okay, well, I'm gonna run past you guys for now until we get to the extraction site, and then we can take all the time in the world looking at you and playing with you. Right now, the problem is, I don't think there's going to be any...
Take their fuel cells and bring the cells to the excavator to keep it powered.
I don't know if there's going to be any corrupted holding on to fuel cells. Doesn't necessarily feel like the sort of thing that they're going to have on them. Sorry, excavator. Didn't mean to hit you.
Take it to the excavator.
Well, I don't know where I'm going to get them from. Oh, the carrier. There we go. Okay. I was going to say, I don't think they're going to, you know, leave home in the morning and think, yeah, I need to bring a power cell with me. Another one there. We'll grab that. And back out we go. Okay, I really want to try my fourth ability. But I want to, like, get a group of them together before I use it. At the minute, I think my companion is just too good.
An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
My companion's just doing too much work.
Fully powered. Additional fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
Okay. There's a few of them in here. Let's try out in here. They're dead. God! Why am I too powerful? I'm too strong. All right, I'm doing it now. Ability not unlocked? Oh no! I can't even use it. Well, never mind. In that case, I'll just... I couldn't kill any of them in time. They're getting killed too quickly. Here we go. Yes! Come on. We got one. Okay, I'm going to do it again. No, he jumped back. Oh, no.
That's it. You found an Archwing part blueprint.
Sorry,
Head to
guys.
extraction when you are ready.
I tried my best. Oh, God, that was bad. I tried my best. My best wasn't good enough. Okay, let's head back.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protect it from enemy fire.
Okay. How about no?
The scanner has picked
I want to
up
go
a
home.
Go to the dig site.
Lotus, would you put... Oh, that was jammy. I don't think we should have survived that.
The excavator has lost power.
Good.
Find another cell and bring it to the unpowered
Good, because I'm not
excavator.
going to it. I've got a date with Destiny, and she's waiting for me. Right. Down we go. I did not mean to drop it. Hold on. There we go. That's better. That way we can destroy these as we walk through. Pending I actually aim well enough. There we go.
Excavator destroyed. That artifact is now lost to us.
I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it was nothing. Probably some bronze mod that I wouldn't have needed. Bloody hell, where am I going? The wrong way, that's the answer. Okay, up here. But this is it. After we've made this, we've got everything we need for the Archwing. I'm curious to see how it works. To me, it looks like some sort of, well, machine which will allow me to fly around, which I'm guessing is going to be for the open world areas. Hence why we've only unlocked it after visiting the plains of Eidolon and Orb Valis. Whee! Venus complete! Oh, we got a scan at the end. We'll check that out. We'll definitely check that out. Okay. Here goes nothing. So it should take 1 minute to produce the systems blueprint. While that is doing that, I will check out the Venus log that we just got. So I've probably just gone past it. Sorry. Systems. There we go. Right. So we'll take the harness. We'll take the wings. And then, yeah, all we're going to need are the systems, which we do have. Right. While that is producing itself, let's come over to the Codex. Universe. Fragments. Venus. Hidden and entrenched in the mountainous peaks of Venus, the Corpus practice their industrious craft. The superstructures built here are a testament to the inventive Corpus engineers that have settled in regions where lingering Orokin technology still moderates surface temperatures. Okay, and then let's see if we can find the... We found it.
What is a Cephalon? At first, it seems to be a forbidden thing, a computer that thinks and feels. Yet I have flaws, phantom memories. I am something else. More like an image, a ghost, an abomination.
Okay. Well, I was not expecting Cephalon lore. In or within... sorry, let me show you the notes. Within the Venus Codex entry lies an audio log from Ordis telling us that there's something more to the Cephalon. Let me just listen to it one more time so I don't get the incorrect verbiage.
What is a Cephalon? At first, it seems to be a forbidden thing.
Forbidden
a computer
thing.
that thinks and feels. Yet I have flaws, phantom memories. I am something else. More like an image, a ghost, an abomination.
Okay. A computer that thinks and feels. I'm gonna go out on a not a limb, but I'll run with an idea. When you describe something that thinks and feels, you describe it as being sentient. What if the Cephalon are byproducts of Orokin experimentation upon the sentience? Or something. Him describing himself as a ghost, like what if he is, like what if Ordis himself is, or once was, a sentient that was then repurposed by the Orokin to give them an advantage in the war against the sentients? Is there a relationship between the Cephalon and the sentients? God, I love the Codex. God, I love it. Brilliant. Okay, let's go and have a look at the foundry. We can now grab the systems, and then we can begin producing the Odonata.
The operator has all the necessary blueprints to craft an Archwing, so what are you waiting for?
I've made it! I'm making it right now! Is there anything else? Well, I'd love to make Gara at some point, again, considering all that we now know of Gara. I think that would be really fun to get a hold of this. Garuda as well. I think Garuda looks awesome and sounds awesome. Death's crimson maiden sharpens her talons. Hell yeah. Oh, look, and there's Kuva. Kuva is an exceedingly rare red fluid coveted by the Grineer Queens. It can be obtained in Kuva missions and is used to cycle Rivens or build rare blueprint. I thought I'd heard the name before, Kuva. Of course, that's what is being secreted by Unum, the Tower of Unum. And the Grineer Queens want it. I'll make a separate note about Kuva then. Kuva. We know of two types of Kuva. One, the red liquid, which the Grineer Queens covet. How is it described under the Tower of Unum? I don't know where the log would be for Kuva, or where it mentions Kuva. She gave her followers some of her blood, her refined temple Kuva. The refined temple Kuva of the tower, or the Tower of the Unum. The red liquid, an exceedingly rare red fluid. So I'll put in brackets theory. Is Kuva the blood of I was gonna say of the Orokin. We know we have divine blood. I feel like we've got loads of like threads which are slowly sort of coming together. So we know under Tenno, the Tenno possess divine blood. This divine blood is capable of eradicating disease across an entire bloodline and species. And we've since been told that the Unum gave her blood to the animals of Earth. And then, I don't know where I would have put the notes. I think it might be in here. The sentient... I'm trying to... bear with me while I look through here. It mentions somewhere in here when the sentient clocked that the Kuva possessed the power to allow it to live on. So I wonder if we, as Tenno, have our own form of Kuva? Whatever that might be. Kuva is the... Is Kuva the divine blood mentioned by Vor during the intro to the game? A liquid capable of eradicating disease. How else did he describe it? Sorry, Tenno across an entire bloodline and species. Across an entire bloodline and species. This would explain why it is coveted not only by the Grineer Queens, but by the sentient, which attacked ancient... Did they describe it as I think they called it ancient in centuries past. Right, anyway. So much going on. Let's go and grab our Odonata.
Congratulations, you've crafted an Archwing. Now I must commence calibration.
Okay.
So much to do. By my calculations, this process will take 372 hours.
Yeah, but I don't have...
seem like a long time.
I don't have that much time, Ordis.
Tenno, this is an urgent mission.
Yes?
A Corpus scout ship with information about the location of the Grineer Baelor Fomorians has been located. Raid this ship for intel. We need to know everything they do.
Okay. I will. Let's go. Yeah, sure. I was tempted to change the color of my... Oh. Hello? That freaked me out for... Oh, we've got a new log. Vehicles. Whoa! Oh, okay. Sure. Appearance? Oh my god. I've got... Wait, is that a blade? Oh. Okay. Right, hold on. It's not what I came in here for. I was going to quickly change the color of my my rhino here. I'm thinking maybe we just make him like a sort of gray color, and then we make the secondary color. No, not secondary color, sorry. Tertiary color, if we then make that red color. To me, I like that a little bit more. And then we can copy that on over to the Fragor as well. Like so. Yeah, that to me is nicer. Fits in more with the ship as well. And then if we go over to the vehicle, appearance, copy Warframe colors. Hell yeah, nice. And then we'll do the same for this, I'm guessing, gun. And humongous blade. Holy shit. Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Where are we going? Find Corpus Intel. With pleasure. With pleasure. I just... It just goes to show how this game can continue to surprise you, because when I went into this episode recording, I thought, well, I'd like to do the Archwing quest. And that was sort of it. Like, that was... I'm going to do the Archwing quest, and whatever else happens, happens. And I have...
The and Corpus are boiling over. You're here to find out what the Corpus know.
Oh, I was going to go for the... I was going to go for the assassination, and then I ended up using the security console instead. Okay, I'll see what I can figure out.
For too long.
Oh, look who it is.
Have extorted the Grenier. Throw back. Consider our contracts cancelled. This is a hostile takeover.
I genuinely really enjoy Vahek. Oh, who's this?
I was hoping the Tenno had taught you a little humility when they destroyed your precious Fomorian fleet. Did you really believe the Tenno destroyed all my Fomorians?
Look at him in there, by the way. Just totally unbothered by all of this happening outside.
From the void.
Something's breaking from the void?
Your fate, my future.
What?
Impossible. All units, full alert. Prepare for boarding.
What is happening? I need to go see. Dojo found. Oh, very nice.
Get to extraction.
Okay, I will try my best.
Sorry, ship integrity will not permit extraction at this time.
Oh god, you're kidding me. Oh, and I run into the beam.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
I can see them, Lotus. They're burning me like a frying pan full of bacon. Okay. This way?
You only have one chance. Orders. Deploy Archwing.
No!
My calibrations, it's not...
We get to fly in space?
Do it now.
Okay. Deploying Archwing.
No! No! Oh, hell yeah!
Tenno, you need to get to the other side of this debris field where Ordis can safely extract you.
Oh, you're kidding! Oh, this is awesome! Hold left shift to... We can also just tap it to blink forwards?
You're stuck in here until you take out that Zeppelin.
Oh, guys!
Energy dissipated. Keep moving.
Legitimately. What the hell? There's so much in this game! There's so much!
You're almost through the debris field. Just a little bit
Yeah,
further.
I'm not going to be able to reach you. Let me dash closer. There we go. Now, I know I need to get to extraction, but I'm too busy killing. I want to kill. I don't want to leave. Oh! I just cannot go over the amount of content this game
That
has.
Zeppelin just engaged an energy net. You're stuck in here until it's destroyed.
Oh yeah, I'll go back and kill. I'm sorry, I'm just...
Incoming fire from the Fomorian. Find cover.
Don't worry, I will go, I will go. Okay, I've got abilities that I'm not using.
Down. Get going.
Okay, fine, I'll go back. Sorry, I just wanted to kill. I couldn't contain my desire for murdering space entities. This is just gorgeous. And like it feels good as well, as you'd expect it to feel considering how tight the rest of the game is. Why is... I feel like this is bugged. Or maybe it wants me to go a very specific route. Can I melee? I can melee! In space! I wonder if I can tap melee to, like, blink forwards onto an enemy. Okay, hold on. Blink. And blink. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, I need to get a bit closer. A bit closer. That's apparently still not close enough. There we go. Woohoo! Come on.
Tenno, you have to keep moving.
I'm trying my best to keep moving.
Extract now.
Come
Tenno,
on.
stand by for pickup.
Woohoo!
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
I'm looking forward to more missions like that. Like if that was the tutorial, I am seated for whatever comes next. Brilliant. The Archwing.
We now have the tools to take on AHHH and his Baylor Fomorians. His arsenal is growing, but so will ours. There are more Archwing designs and more weapons. Together we will take to the skies and confront this new threat.
Okay. Now you've built an Archwing of your very own. Ordis can finally dust off this unused Archwing launcher. With an Archwing launcher equipped on the gear wheel, the operator will be able to use it in open areas! Take to the skies! Oh my god, yes! Oh, hell yeah. Surely... The Archwing! Quest complete. We now have the tools to take on AHHH and his Baylor Fomorians. His arsenal is growing, but so will ours. There are more Archwing designs and more weapons. Together we will take to the skies and confront this new threat. And I've received the Plexus. I don't know what the Plexus is meant to be, but I will have a look. Is that like a ship thing? Plexus? I don't know. I have no idea. Would that be under my equipment? In here? Swap? No? Is it a new weapon? No. Is it a melee? No. Okay. Let's have a look under inventory. What was it called? Sort by... No. Hold on. Sorry about this. Let me just...
Sorry. Ordis will play with the volume off.
Thank you, Ordis. I can't even see what the thing was called. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Right. What do I want to do then? Let's go do the mastery quest before I do a little sort of like end of the week lore wrap up, because I'm very curious to see what we've discovered and what we can begin to piece together. You've qualified for mastery rank 4. Let's do it. With a brand new frame that I've not really had an opportunity to test out because my
proving your
Wonderful
skills with
Sentinel
weapons,
is too
Tenno.
powerful.
But what of your endurance? Can
Okay.
you survive this onslaught?
Of course I can. Survive until the timer runs out. I wonder if I can get away with just doing this. I mean, they took no damage from that. So maybe that's the point. Maybe I'm not meant to kill them? We can see if I can. Okay, I can. Let me try this again. Sorry. I just love how unassuming it is. I don't know. I wonder if I can do the same thing if I do this and then hold right click. Does this still work? No. You got to land with speed. Of course you do. Wow. Okay. I know people have said, oh, hey, hello. I know people have said that the mastery rank up missions get progressively harder. I'm looking forward to that immensely. Not to say I'm not enjoying this, but I mean, it's really getting the blood pumping, this one. Oh, they've almost got me. Let me have a quick breather. Okay, let's go again. Surely the only way you fail this is if you stand still in the middle. Even then, I'm doubtful that might not be enough to kill you. Wow. Well,
A formidable performance.
A formidable
This test is now
performance.
complete.
Thank you,
Another job
Lotus.
well executed.
You are too kind. You're too kind. Whoa! Okay, get me out of there. Come on. Right. So.
Operator, your inbox exists in a non-zero state.
I can
Would
see.
you care to check your mail?
We have a brand new mastery slate, courtesy of the Lotus. Thank you, Lotus. Right. I don't really know where to begin with my sort of recap then. So, where am I at? I don't know. I mean, I feel like today we've been going over the story. Oh, hold on. I forgot I got the screenshot of Fraud Beck. A random guy. I don't know who he is. We've got a picture though, and maybe he'll come back up in the future. Right, where was I? I feel like today we've learned a lot. This week we've learned a lot. So if I go down to quest log, let me just sort of... The thing is, I'm going to miss things if I list them out. But our knowledge, I feel like, has increased tenfold. Like, just look at all of the different notes we now have. We've been made... Oh! I knew I'd forgotten something. The syndicates. I need a little bit of help. If I come over here, you'll see that I'm capped on both Cephalon Suda and the Arbiters of Hexus. But if I go in here and try to rank up, I need control modules. I can't get those at the minute. So I'm guessing I'm just sort of capped for the time being. Annoyingly, these ones aren't stopping. They are continuing to go down. So as you can see, New Loca is -2, Red Veil is -1. But these guys are currently capped, and I can't really do anything to stop that.
You are on the verge of a new truth.
I did not know that I needed gallium for the Arbiters of Hexus. Okay. Cool. Right. We'll look into that. And some people were getting on at me for not clicking on view offerings.
I require more data.
I can't get anything yet, so I'm really worried about looking at any inventory screen like this in case something further down or even just on the screen right now might give something away. It probably won't, but I'm just like being extra cautious, which is why I didn't want to look too much. So yeah, don't worry, I know they are there. Right, so all I was going to say is we've learnt about the syndicates, we've joined a syndicate. We've learned a considerable... Let me get the notes back up. We've learned a considerable amount now about the Orokin. We know about the sentience. We know a little bit more about the Tenno and their relationship to the Orokin, in that we betrayed them. My only guess at this point...
Sometimes Ordis likes to assume he knows nothing.
Oh.
Nobody can learn what they think they already know.
quite philosophical. Sorry, yes. Part of me now wonders, given what we now know about the corrupted, if it's less that we, the Tenno, betrayed the Orokin, and more so, what if we were doing them a service because we'd seen that they'd become corrupted by the void. I don't know. I have no theory at the minute. Part of me does think at the moment, though, that maybe Tenno and or the Warframes are a direct answer to the sentients. And again, a big part of the reason for that is because of the existence. I don't know if it has lore in here if I click on it. But this, the Parazon, and the way that it interacts with technology. Does it have any notes down here? No. No. Let me quickly see if there's anything about the Parazon in the Codex. So if we go to Universe, Weapons, Parazon, no Parazon. Damn. Damn. Relics? No, it's just relics in there. Yeah, I feel like the Parazon feels like a direct answer to dealing with technology. And the sentients are, by my assumption, sentient technology, right? So it makes sense that we would be outfitted with weaponry capable of defeating them. Again, considering how few of the inhabitants of this solar system, at least in, you know, today's modern age, are primarily beings of technology. Of course, we've got the folks over on Fortuna who are, you know, sort of augmented with technology. I don't think we would need to be outfitted with a really specialized blade to deal with them. More so maybe dealing with, again, these sentients. My read on it is that the Orokin, again, I'm using the Lord of the Rings analogy again, that they dug too deep and too greedily. What if the same applied to the Orokin, where they got so wrapped up in their own story and they believed that they were not chosen necessarily, but they really bought into the idea that they were like the best out there, and they thought, yeah, we're gonna leave the solar system and discover a new frontier beyond the Oort cloud and into the abyss that is space, and in doing so alerted the sentients to their whereabouts, and then that embroiled them in this war. Presumably we betrayed them during that war. That's the assumption, right? That we would have betrayed them during the war, but why would we have done so? I have no idea. Sorry, that was my Windows alert sound. Sorry. New updates are available. I don't know. I don't know. But it's like it's enraptured me. I can't tell you just how excited I am to hopefully learn some more. Because the game world is just oozing with love. Like, you can really tell they've poured a lot of time into developing this world. I don't know. Beyond that, I'm sort of at a loss. Kuva, I think, is the divine blood stuff. Considering what we now know of the Grineer Queens, what we know of the sentients desiring of it back over on Earth. Yeah, I don't know. Something else that, of course, I'd like to do soon is begin translating this text, right? I mean, we can probably have a stab at this now. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but presumably this says Davos something, right? And I think the apostrophe is doing some heavy lifting. So if that is DARVO, S, we can see that the second letter begins with the same first letter of Davos, so D underscore A underscore, I can't figure out the next one, S. Davos deals, presumably. Davos deals. Question mark. So using that, we've got D-A-R-V-O-L-S. Those are all of the letters we now have access to. And I think using that, of course, we've got this sign down here, which I've assumed says sail. And I'm guessing this is 50 at the top. So if we compare this then, so 2, we're looking for a Roman numeral 2, which we now know is S. Right, so S. And then the next letter being the V, Roman numeral 5, which is A. S-A. This is looking good. And then next up, we've got an H. I don't know if we've got an H. We do. It's the penultimate letter, which I've imagined is deals, which means that, yes, L. So we're looking for this to be E, which is a V with no connecting line at the top, underscored. Yeah, in deals. Davos deals. So that is sail, which now means we've got some additional letters, right? Well, no, we technically don't because we already have them up here, but still, knowing what it means is you know, part of the process. So what I can do is put together a Photoshop document where I can begin to piece together the language. And now that we know that is sail, we know that this is sail as well, right? In the Grineer language. I don't know how the hell I'm meant to tackle the Tenno language. Like, at least here we've got individual characters. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is difficult for me to wrap my head around. Unless we're like each of these, like if this squiggle here, this squiggle, and this squiggle are individual characters. So if you tilt your head to the left and you view them as 4 separate entities. But I might not be able to do that. This is way up my street. This less so. Anyway, as you can see, I'll hopefully tackle that again, hopefully soon, and we can begin to begin to decode some of what we're seeing here. Maybe. I mean, there's already a letter here that we can read in this sign. So the V with the underscore at the bottom is E, right? So the next line would be -E - and we can go from there. Anyway, I'm not going to do that right now. That's just sort of showing that off. Yeah, we've learned a lot this week. As you can no doubt tell by this bumper-length episode, I'm having a great time. We will, of course, be back on Monday, or if you're watching this in the future, the episode will already be there. I sincerely thank you all for watching and enjoying the journey alongside me. I am having a blast. I cannot overstate that. And the reception from all of you watching at home has been mind-blowing. Thank you very, very much for enjoying this series and for being so welcoming to me and, I suppose, again, what I'm putting out there into the world with this playthrough. I'm glad it's resonating with so many of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. I will probably, because I'm going to upload this today, Friday, over the weekend, I will be looking at the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed the recap at the beginning of today, and I can look to do something else like that in the future. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go and get some lunch, I think. So I hope you'll have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you, Rhino, for waving, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Fare thee well.